Okay. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I represent the Sangha in the Janya Monastery. Welcome you to join this retreat, okay, the Force of Life Abiding Retreat. I think this is the first time in this month, basically in this month of the year, we are holding the meditation for this Force of Life Abiding in the Greek Buddha Hall. I personally certainly like this place more than the Guanyin Hall. Guanyin Hall, I'm sure you've been there before. It's much cozy and much warmer, but here it's a little bit colder. Okay? And however, I don't think you have to worry because maybe tomorrow morning you have to be suffer a little bit with the cold, but then later on you do feel warm in your physical as well when you do meditation, when your meditation are doing better. Okay. All right. We just take this time actually give you some guidance on what we are practice because we are not going to explain, especially with regard to the postures and the sitting posture, and even how to do walking meditation. Okay, I may going to introduce some or show you some of the way that you should you learn how to sit properly, so that you don't have to sit with using too much of your muscle, but you can use a spine structure actually helping you to sit more erect or more more upright. Okay. And the other is just to give you some simple guidance of when you have to do your walking meditation. I'm not sure whether before they have mentioned to you already that the first 2 days, like tomorrow and day after tomorrow, so we are almost like we are going to run this yin qin, the small bell, not this one, the yin qin, the small bell, so that you know that it's a time for you to stand up and then you start to do your walking meditation. Did you explain that? You did? Did you explain that? Yeah. Okay, you did. Yeah. The reason why I want to say that, the reason why we have to do so, because my experience in Taiwan is when I ask them to do sitting meditation after when they get tired or when they think that they need to do a little exercise basically, and they can do the walking meditation. But I did come across, even though I told them again and again and again, but I did come across there are people, they just don't want to do walking meditation, even though they sit there and their leg is so painful, and they find that it's so very hard for them to continue, and they've lost their focus, but they still want to sit there. Okay. The reason later on when I asked them, that was only the time when the meditation retreat is finished after 5 days. Okay. And I asked them, and because they told me that, I have a good time, but I have very difficult to focus after 2 days and 3 days, because they felt every time when they sat on the floor, and they felt very difficult to focus. And I asked them, if you felt difficult, why don't you just do walking meditation? And their reply is because they sit in the front, they don't really show it's not respect, so they just sit there and they think doing walking meditation is a kind of like showing that you cannot do meditation well. That's why you do walking meditation. Okay. Anyway, those are the wrong concept anyway, but it might happen, especially I guess. I'm not sure about the English speaker, for example, in America, but I quite know that there are quite a number of people in Taiwan, basically, they might thinking that, when you do meditation, you have to take a walk. It means actually your meditation is not good enough, So, and that's why they try not to take a walk at all. Okay. All right. Now, just to talk about the posture in this section, firstly, when you sit, I'm sure that the cushion is there, but if you do find the cushion is not enough for you, okay, please take one more cushion. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know we do have a spare, I'm sure that. So you take this one more cushion and then pile up that when you feel comfortable, okay? Now, your question may be asking, how I know whether the cushion is enough or not, okay? In general, if you sit on the floor, if you find, say that if I sit this way, okay? If my knee is almost like my knee is above my navel, normally you feel uncomfortable because you always feel unstable. So you try to pile up your cushion, okay? Take one more, or maybe two more, three more, four more. Okay, I'm not sure whether four more is too much, but the important, don't care what the people think about you, okay? They are not important. It's important that you can sit comfortably, okay? So take the cushion and then until you feel normally, but I'm not saying that's the definite way, but normally until you feel that your navel, is basically above your knees, okay? Get it now? So, for example, like us, because even though we don't need this, but we still, the navel is here, our knee is below. So that's why we can sit like, we feel comfortable, we don't have a problem. And you would not make the pressure on your belly also. Otherwise, if your knee is like that, and you always feel the pressure here, okay? So, okay, that's first thing. Now, the second thing, now we start to talk about how you should have a proper posture. It is important when you begin to do your meditation, but it is not very important when you are doing your meditation. Remember this again, please, okay? It is important when you start to do your meditation, just like when you walk in a car, you open the door, you adjust your chair, right? Your chair, and you sit properly, you feel comfortable, and then you drive your car. But when you're driving the car, try ignore your body, okay? Even though you have a worse posture in driving your car, but you're still driving your car comfortable. Don't just when you're driving your car, especially a beginner, you drive a car and then you want to adjust the posture. It is not a wise way to do so. The same thing, I know when you do meditation, normally what happens with us when we start to do meditation, sometimes you start to adjust your body again and again and again. You never feel satisfied. And then you start to feel aching here, paining here, uncomfortable here, right? So, and trust me, that's all your mind, okay? Okay, I don't think you believe me at the moment, but I just, you must have a good way to understand first when you're doing meditation, and then if you can, slowly forget about your physical body, okay? Right, in this method, okay? Okay, now what is a posture? Normally we say there are 7, parts you need to aware of. The first part, of course, when you sit, try to keep your head upright, okay? And the second, with the head, okay, keep your head upright. Second, close your mouth and lightly clench your teeth, okay? Clench your teeth. Don't bite it too much, just lightly. In other words, mean you close your mouth and close your teeth, okay? Just clench your teeth. And also, if I'm going to sit longer also, and try to press your tongue against the palate, or you can roll your tongue. But you don't have to do that. If you, on the course of doing meditation, if you forget to clench your teeth or roll your tongue, that's fine. But try not to open your mouth to do meditation, okay? Unless you really, you have stuffing, your nose you have a breathing problem in your nose because of cold or whatever. Those are the exceptions. Otherwise, just close your mouth, okay? The first part, again, is keep your head upright. Second, close your mouth, lightly clench your teeth, or press your tongue against the palate, or you can roll your tongue. Why we need to clench your teeth? Because if you clench your teeth, normally when you do meditation, you might come across the time you need to focus, that somehow you need more effort on focusing on what you're doing. Our nature is generally people try to knit the eyebrows, okay? it's not a very good way. So actually, if you want to make more determination on focusing, just clench your teeth, right? You get it now? Just like when you want to hit somebody, you know, anyone here learning boxing before? If they learn boxing, they know, you're not going to need your eyebrow, you know. Then actually, when you get angry, you just clench your teeth, you know. You want to punch somebody the same way. When you want your mind become more strong, just clench your teeth, okay? And why you need to roll your tongue or press your tongue against the palate? Because only when you roll your tongue and press the tongue against the palate, you do find the saliva will generate saliva. It helps you to basically wet your throat, okay? It helps you to prevent yourself from your throat getting too dry, okay? So that's the reason why you press your tongue against the palate and also, or you roll your tongue. But as I say, it is not a compulsory. Some people, when they close their mouth and when they roll the tongue or press the tongue, they are too much saliva. And then you can just rest the tongue, you know, as you put the tongue, place the tongue back to the usual place. Okay? All right. And the third one, how you straighten your neck. Actually, by straightening your neck is that you have to tuck your chin this way. Okay. So just tuck your chin this way. But normally, if you want to tuck your chin in the better form, you also try to open the chest, tuck your chin, and this is how you can sit. So you will not actually give too much heavy weight on your neck, okay? So that's the way, you keep it. Get it now? So, all right, and that's the third part, okay? The fourth portion is going to do with the third portion. It is like you open your chest, okay? You open your chest, try not to sit in this way, okay? Try to sit more freely. Open your chest and also drop your shoulders. Normally what we do to drop the shoulder is, if you don't know how much the chest you need to open, just put your arms beside you, beside you. This is you feel that your chest is open. And then the difficult part actually is to let the shoulder drop. That requires two things. One thing, your elbows, you feel that the weight from the elbows when you put the arms in front, okay? And the second, you need to relax, okay? And this is how you feel the shoulder drops. Can you feel that now? Do you feel like you can breathe much more freely, okay? Right, now the fifth portion, I repeat again. The first one, keep your head upright. Second, close your mouth, clench your teeth, press your tongue against the palate. The third part is tuck your chin, okay? And the fourth is open your chest, drop your shoulders, okay? And the fifth portion actually is about your arms. But the tips is, the most important is that you feel the gravity is pulled from your elbows. You know what do I mean by that? Let's say if you want to sit this way, okay? Don't keep your arm too in the front. So, and then you feel the tense on the muscle on the forearms, right? If you put it too back, you feel the weight is on the muscles maybe here, okay? On your bicep, almost like. But if you keep it in the right way, you feel, maybe the easier to say is that you feel, if you, any way you keep it, you feel that your arm can be freely moving. That's fine, okay? If we want to keep it this side, you can freely move it, right? Or if you want to keep it in the palm just in front, you can freely move it. That's actually is the most relaxing way you can, you can keep your palms, your arms, okay? And as well as the most important, as I say, you feel the gravity pull from your elbows, okay? You get it now? So the more that you feel the gravity can pull from your elbows, that's how you can keep your shoulder drops. Okay. All right. Now, then that's the fifth one. Now, the sixth portion is about how you sit upright. How can we sit upright? So some people trying to keep this way, and some people, if they learn a little yoga, they may be trying to keep this. That's also good, okay? But the easy way actually to keep your body upright is you have to first learn how to empty your belly, either by exhaling or either you're inhaling or exhaling, okay? For example, if I'm using inhaling, right? I inhale, but my belly empty. And at the same time, I need to suck, actually tighten my anus or suck my anus and relax it. And then you'll find that that's how you can sit upright. Okay, get it now? All right. But please remember, I also, there was a time that people have a difficulty in meditation. And he told me, I have a very hard time. Why? Because he keep on holding his anus all the time. That's why, and you know, that guy felt very hard to breathe. Okay, no. After when you do that, relax. Okay, just relax and sit. Okay. Now, then you get, everyone try that, and if you try that, you'll find that this is how you can keep your body upright. Okay. Every time, if you want to keep your body upright, just empty the belly and suck your anus and relax. Okay, you do fine. You can sit upright. Do you have a question with that? Are you doing fine? Are you? Okay. Now the last one, actually the seventh, the last one is the sitting. Now, if you can, you know, it depends on your time. You can sit like a full lotus, okay, or you can do the half lotus. But don't worry about that. You don't have to meditate here to do full lotus and half lotus, not like the old tradition. In the old tradition, if you really go into learn meditation, as far as I know, that you are compulsory that have to do the full lotus. If not, then you have to even have to do the half lotus, you know, if the teacher was very kind. Otherwise, full lotus is the maximum, is the minimal training you need to, okay? But here, you don't have to. You just sit comfortable. But I just need to mention, if you are, in case you're doing full lotus and half lotus, you know, it's part of our job to explain that. Say that if you're going to do a full lotus, okay, either you want to keep, let's say, the left leg up, okay, and then the right leg follow after, okay. But the most important, actually, when you do a full lotus, people, if they don't know, is that there's the heel here. The heel. Only one thing you need to remember: not let the heel to press against your bladder. Okay. Okay. That's I need to remind. Actually, why I want to say that, because in the past nobody told me that. I also, when I start, 20 years ago, when I start to do meditate like this, I didn't aware that. I always let, because I want to keep it target. So, for example, and then it keep like pressing my bladder. Actually, it might be cause a little problem. Okay. Sometimes doing meditation, you do not have any problem, but it's only there's a problem. It's just because you didn't aware a certain thing, a measurement you need to still understand. Okay. Now you can do the full lotus by this way. Sometimes they have a name called this. Mean your left leg and your right leg on top of the left leg. Okay. This is what they call the lotus posture. But I also suggest you, if you're really doing the full lotus, I also suggest you, when the next time when you do meditation again in the full lotus, try to change your leg if you can. Okay. Well, that is only for the healthy reason, I guess. So that means you put the right leg on top, and then you put the left on top. Okay. But this is generally called this as like a diamond, okay, diamond posture. But anyway, those are, when you are meditate longer, always, if you have time, don't practice here in this such a short time. Try to practice when you're at home, when you're reading a newspaper, when you do a little meditation, or when you are watching or reading a book, when you are, for example, seeing a TV or whatever, that will be helping, okay? Right, what is a half lotus? The same thing. Half lotus, you just generally just keep one leg up. Now, the only thing is that when you do half lotus, the other leg, you have to keep it just, how to say, tuck in there's a little space between, right? This is called the half lotus, okay? Either you want to put the left leg up or the right leg up there, okay? And also, do not demand yourself to put the leg this way yet, okay? That is for more advanced, okay? And when I say advanced, it's only for people doing yoga, so you don't have to. So you just put the leg, if you can keep it this part, fine, okay? If you can keep it up here, that's fine. As I say, only thing I need to remind you is try not to, remember the heel not to press against the bladder, that's all. You must leave a space there, okay? All right. Now, The other, beside the full lotus and half lotus, then we have, I don't know, I call that no lotus, okay? So I mean, you just sit freely. But I usually suggest people if they sit without the lotus, I would rather suggest people put one leg in the front, one in the back. Okay. I know that lots of people like it, do it cross-leg, but that's fine. But that's one way, okay. But I would rather ask you to start with like one leg in the front, one leg on the back, okay. After some time, maybe you can just keep up your one leg on top of another leg, okay. Okay. So start with this. One leg in the back, one leg in the front. Maybe you somehow this part might be lap, overlap. How to say? So anyway, so maybe slip against your feet a little bit, but it's fine. Okay. So that's if you feel you want to change your posture after some time of meditation, of course you can shift it other way around. Okay, shift it other way around. Now that's one way. That's now the third way already. And the fourth way to sit, you can just sit cross-legged. I mean, that's what I'm sure I see a lot of people. I don't find that comfortable if you ask me. So because anyway, but that's fine. If you find it's comfortable, and then sit it this way. Okay. Now that's the fifth way already. And the sixth way, if sometimes when you sit, you want to, especially in Far East. Northeast, so the Southeast Asia, there are lots of people are doing this. When they sit, they like to put one leg behind, okay? That's also a sitting posture. One leg behind, okay? Maybe people find that is, and that is also one of the sitting posture. And the same thing that you can put the left leg behind or the right leg behind. Or if you want to, two legs behind, okay? Can you do that? Just sit these two legs behind, okay? But that's the reason why people, if they sit two legs behind, that's the reason why some people, the easy actually, if you have the cushion, you can tie up the cushion, high up, just like, almost like, kind of like riding a horse or something like that, okay? So you can, or you can just sit this way, okay? Now the other posture is that you also can sit like, if people are familiar with the Japanese people, and then they sit, just put the two legs behind and sit this way, okay? So those are all, even though it's like knee, but actually it belongs to a kind of sitting posture also for a meditation. Now one other last one is much easier for lots of people, especially when you feel your leg is uncomfortable after some time, you can just put your leg like this, okay? One is like this. And generally, when you keep this way, you just use this arm to support your leg. Okay, you just keep your arms here, right? And the other, you just keep it. Like the same thing as I say, you always feel the gravity, okay? And you feel relaxed and feel the gravity. So it's on your hands, then that's fine. And you can change under the leg. So those are the sitting posture, I guess. Anyone I missed? Actually, I hardly sit this kind of posture. So anyone I missed? I don't think I missed anything. And okay, that's for the sitting posture. Do you have any questions? Or you have any better posture also? There's no such a posture called lying, okay? Okay, the lying posture actually, it's you do. Usually, when we do meditation, we say there's four postures, four what we call comportment. Okay, and one is the walking meditation. This I'm going to introduce later, and then one is a sitting posture, and then one is reclining. Okay, when you go to the bed, you can do the reclining, but officially, when I say officially, mean the reclining posture for officially means. Normally, you try to you lie on the right side, begin with the right side, okay? And your hands, there are two ways of saying. One way of saying that, should I show you? Okay. Say this is a pillow, okay? If I'm lying, one way of saying that your hand, you have to sleep, your head has to sleep like this. Okay. Very nice, okay? But some way of saying that you don't have to place your face on your palm, but you can just lift your palm outside, and then you just sleep this way. Okay, get it now? And then your leg had to be, you don't have to, you don't have to be strict this way, but you can be like, one is a longer, one is a shorter, okay? And why we have to lie on the right side? Because you don't place too much pressure, you don't give too much pressure on your heart. That's why you lie on the right side. Okay? That's reclining, but of course, I guess when you think like today, when you go back to your room, when you start to do a little meditation while you're lying, the main thing is you're not really like doing meditation the whole night, but your main thing is to sleep. So find the best way that you think is for you, okay? You don't necessarily do this way, and then the whole night you cannot sleep, okay? Because you're not used to, okay? Get it now? Now, another thing is I'm going to talk about a walking meditation in the next moment. Before that, and there's one more posture, is what we call the standing, okay? Normally standing, actually standing meditation, usually you can translate that as a static meditation. Static means you are in a posture, not sitting, not walking, and not reclining, but in any posture that you just stop there, okay? But of course, most of them are the standing posture, because you stand. And so, of course, if you do standing posture, it's more like a walking posture, that your feet have to be like, you step on the floor like firmly. That's what you need to do. And then you're just still doing on your meditation method. Okay. All right. Now I need to talk about the walking meditation now. Normally, we are doing reclining meditation. It's very powerful because during the reclining meditation, you tend to be relaxed, especially if you know the method. When you're relaxed, you are not too much like, there's a subtle way of, you are not attached or clinging to whatever meditation technique you are. That's the reason why a lot of people, even though they try very hard in the whole day, during the reclining time, that means during the about to go to bed time, they somehow suddenly feel that their meditation getting better. Even on that moment, about to go to sleep, they will find very surprised. Actually, the reason is why is because, Buddhism always talk about the middle way. It is harder in meditator. I don't think it's very hard for meditator to learn the method if they are listening. And there are people who are very stubborn, then that's a different question. Otherwise, they learn the method and just follow it. But it's very hard, actually, difficult for them. It's just to stay in the middle way, not push too much and not too lazy. Those are very difficult to grasp. What does it mean? So that's why when you work in the day meditation very hard, trying a lot. Even though you know the theory, you try a lot of ways, but still, you are managing. But sometimes when you're doing a reclining meditation, you just relax, and then the meditation power, I would say, your samadhi or your meditation power getting better. Don't be surprised by that. The reason is just because you relax, as I say. So that's why reclining meditation is very important for that. And second, it's also sometimes when you physically feel pain, or especially when people getting older, or because of people's physical reasons. So they still actually can do meditation by just lying there, okay, lying on the floor, okay. Okay, now what about the walking meditation? Or say it's sitting. It is general belief that when you do sitting meditation, it is the basic, and then because why? Because it's the posture that would not, it will make you less lazy. For example, if you lie on the floor, if you are not good meditator, you tend to sleep, right? Immediately you snore and then you fall asleep. Unless you're really good, just like let me imagine, just like what? I don't know, maybe just like when people are doing a study, when they're really, their mind is so active, when they recline there, they still can think something more relaxing way, okay? Anyway, now what about this walking? Walking meditation, the standing meditation, the good thing of standing meditation for many reasons, okay? Sometimes the reason is that, especially when you do Vipassana meditation, so when you stand there, and then you need to observe outside, like the land, the river, everything, further distance, okay? So you can observe that when you're standing there. And that's one reason. Of course, there are some other reasons as well, okay? In other words, mean you can see high above, okay, when you're standing. But the sitting, usually you can, and this is the basic and important is when you're doing sitting meditation, when you're doing meditation in sitting posture, so you could focus much easier. But sometimes you tend to be too forceful doing your focus. But the one way of that helping you not to be too forceful is by when you're doing walking meditation. Okay. Okay. When you do your walking meditation, I need to say, I myself actually, I also normally very lazy to do walking meditation. I'm just lazy bum, that's all. So, but lazy is lazy, but it's very important to do walking meditation. Of course, if you look at the Buddhist history, lots of so-called people who practice very powerful because they can do a very, very good walking meditation. And I also believe that doing walking meditation is very useful, not only just to develop your mindfulness, okay? It's also very useful for your health reason also. That's why I'm a lazy bum. If I want to be very healthy, I know walking meditation will help me a lot, okay? Now, to remember when you do walking meditation, I have to be careful I'm not fall down, okay? When you do the walking meditation, remember, you're still the same way. You need to relax your whole body. Just doing the, adjust the posture like what you learn. Like tuck your belly, suck your nose, like relax your shoulder, keep your head upright. And that time, your eyes, you just have to cast down about 45 degrees. Don't look up here, don't look at the people, and just try to look like about 45 degrees, cast down, okay? Now, when you start to walk, so you can keep your arm just beside you, just like this. You can also put it in the front, okay? Or you can just put it in the back, okay? Those are the posture, okay? Don't do it this way, okay? There's no such a walking meditation in such a way, okay? Please don't do that. And so just keep your relaxed, shoulder relaxed and go, and the waist relaxed, that's important. Now when you start to walk, okay, firstly learn very simple way first. If you walk in the front, first just learn you walk in the front and you know you're walking. What does that mean? We have the line there, okay? When you start to have the walking meditation, don't try to fight for the line, okay? We arrange the line there. So just with the line and just start to walk. And what do I mean by just walk, okay? You have to know this left foot is walking, right foot is walking. But please do not say left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right. Don't do that, okay? This is not walking meditation. The purpose of one of the walking meditation is you really have to know exactly what you are doing. In other words, in the most famous way of saying mean, just observe the present, okay? What is the present? You're walking, right? The presentness is you're walking. And this foot is walking. And that foot is walking. And this foot is walking. And that foot is walking. You know what I'm saying? Don't thinking that this is left, that is right. When I talk, I always talk like left foot, right foot, because this is language. Otherwise, you don't know what I'm talking, okay? Right? But this is just a language. But when you're doing meditation, forget about that language. Just know it, okay? Now, and also if you want to, I would suggest you, when you do walking meditation, also try to walk a little up, like walk slower, a little slower, and a little bit higher, okay? Of course, normally walking, you don't do this way. You might be just walk this, okay? Depending on people. Some people are quite, there are people like this. But doing walking meditation is you have to be mindful, so you just keep it higher. I mean, normally you don't keep this feet that high, but I would suggest you keep a little higher than the normal, like high, okay? Keep it down, okay? High, keep it down, okay? But if that's difficult for you, that's fine. Just leave it lower, okay? But if you can, keep a little higher. But don't do this way, okay? I cannot do this. I don't know how to do that. But just normally a little higher than your normal, okay? High, okay. Slower. Now that's first step you need to know. When you do walking meditation, mean you know this foot and you know that foot. You know this foot. That's all. You just pay attention on the feet. Okay? And the second level means when you find this very easier, but then if it's easier, start to walk slower, and then trying to observe your feet much more closely. If there's a method, it's like you just know that you are lifting, you are stepping down, and this foot now lifting, stepping down, okay? And then you feel touching, get it now? Okay, you definitely know the touching. So if you want to use a language, just use at the beginning, just for very few. No, try not to use that, but just know, lifting, stepping, and touching, lifting, stepping, and touching, right? And as I say, actually the harder one is that the language. You always think, lift, step, touch, lift, step, touch. Don't do this, okay? You can do that only when your mind really like distracted. You know that your mind distracted is because you think about the past, you think about the future, and you don't have to. The way that actually sometimes to fight against your thought is to use another thought to fight against your thought, right? No? I'm sure in your life you have faced this thing. For example, when you meet a person, you are having an interview, but that person looks very ugly, for example. The bosses look very ugly. What do? You fight against not to show. Maybe the person like suddenly something wrong with the face. What happened with you? And but this unpolite to do so. What do you think? You're trying to think something else, like, oh, I'm having a good lunch, having a good thing, and right? So this means by use another thought, fight against the thought, which is the wrong thought, right? So the wrong thought, as I say, if you really, while you're doing walking meditation, but if if you have so many thoughts, of course you can do this, like lifting, stepping, touching, you can do that. Only when you want to use this to fight against other thoughts, okay? Otherwise, don't just stay there always. Lifting, stepping, touching, lifting, stepping, touching, lifting, stepping, touching, okay? And you would not, I believe then you would not really can get into meditation better, okay? The better is just feel it freely, okay? Okay. We use this just to help you, to like a guideline, to go on the way, along the way. Okay, now the third one is that if you can do that, remember, this time you don't just only feeling this lifting and stepping and touching, but you also try to feel lifting, pushing, stepping, and touching, okay? Get it now? It's not very hard. And if you find that that's also very easy, I can easily just observe everything, then walk slower. And don't worry about falling down, okay? You don't fall down. You fall down unless you close your eye usually. And also, remember every time when you step, try to let your feet pace on the ground, okay, before the other feet step up, okay? Then you can walk very slow, okay? Get it now? Now, what about the fourth? The fourth step is the same thing. The fourth step actually is that you know that you're about to lift, and lift, right? Pushing, stepping, touching, okay? And the fifth one is about to lift, lifting, pushing, stepping, fully step, and touching, okay? Right? But when you are good at it, actually you don't have to notice that. You just know the whole action. You know everything, okay? That's what your purpose. You're really like enjoying every moment you are in the present, okay? All right? Now, that's one thing. The second I forgot, not that I forgot, I didn't want to mention earlier to make you confused. Now, it looks very easier, but the other thing you need to do is if you remember, when you want to walk forward there, you must know you want to walk forward there. You must aware this kind of mind. I want to walk forward there. So you start to walk. Okay, now you want to stop. You know you want to stop, and then you stop. You want to turn left. You know you want to turn left before you turn left. Okay. You can. Some people like to use this way, like turn left, turn left, turn left. They turn. Turn left, turn left, turn left. Then they turn. Okay. Some people like to use that, but sometimes I also don't think that that will be. That's good, for some people because they never have this habit to read their mind. Before actually according to Buddhism, if your mind will go first, otherwise your physical will not go in, right? So it's your mind will go first. So that in other words means your intention will be arise first. Have an idea that where you want to go. But a good habit to read the mind while doing your walking meditation is first know what kind of mind you have, and then you start to do the action. Even though it sounds very mechanical at first, but later on you do find that every time you move, every time you do any reaction, your mind will come first, and then your physical will follow. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. I don't think there will be questions for walking meditation. We have 15 minutes, I guess, right? I cannot see the time. It's a little bit. Okay. I think we can just do 15-minute meditation. It's very simple, and then we start. Because it's best to do that, and then you can have a good rest today. Since you have wake up tomorrow early morning, so go to sleep early. Okay, even though you are not used to, but think that somebody, but you enjoy it anyway. Actually, it's 20 minutes. Sorry, I forgot to mention, for those who sit on a chair, just make sure that your feet is keep on the floor and you feel stable as far as the rest of the posture is set. And also try not to lean against the back if you can. Try not to lean against the back, yeah. But of course, unless you really feel you need to. But at first, don't try to lean against the back. Yeah. Usually what I do is when we start, I will start with 1 gong. When we end, I will start with 2 gong. Okay? Because ending sound more happier, so just start with 2 gong.